Morning. I haven't done one of these for a while. But I thought I'd it was a last minute thing. I just thought I'd jump on and do a live. A bit late doing to it on it, to be honest with you. I thought I'd do it. Haven't done one for a while. Let's see if we are actually live. Got no idea. If we are, how's the audio? I need a new laptop. Content. Go. Oh, we are live. Ah, I think we are. Go in it. Bear with me. How do I do this? Can't remember, it's been that long. Oh, there's the video link. People don't want to see me. I'm sure we're live. We are. I know we are. Come on. There. Control room. That's what I wanted. My God, that's been a while since I've done live. I usually go live with what's this? How to do MS Teams integration with ServiceNerd so that I can deploy my entire bot on MS Teams I need. I don't know. I don't know. Now there's various different spokes. It's been a while since I've done a video on MS Teams. I think they've changed the spokes since I last did it. But the number of spokes that you can install, and then you hook into use your MS Teams environment, and you can do various things like post messages on Teams. Can I create a complete video with ServiceNow virtual agent? That'd be a good one. I wonder whether it'd be should I hang fire and do the Gen AI stuff, like Now Assist. But yeah, it's quite a confusing web series with the different spokes. I was just chatting. In fact, that's one of the things I do in the morning, right? So I log in the morning. I don't start work till 9 o'clock, so I'm only here for about another 15 minutes. But I log in and I check things like YouTube. Is that mic in my face now? I check things like YouTube comments, ServiceNow community comments, LinkedIn and stuff. And there's a guy out, I think he's in Australia. It might be you actually. It's not. He's in Australia and he's having a bit of trouble with a Teams integration to put like mentions on, app mentions. And when you look at the documentation, it's not, ServiceNow documentation is not fantastic when it comes to things like that. And it's telling him to do something, but it doesn't in terms of add to the payload, which is in, of course, within an action, a spoke action. It doesn't really explain it. So I think we've managed to fumble around. I mean, I've just been telling him for information I've been finding. Whether he's finding it useful, I don't know. But he's managed to fumble around to get somewhere. But yeah, the documentation isn't great. But yeah, maybe I should do some more vids on MS Teams spokes or whatever, because it's becoming more popular now. Let me drink my coffee. And I'm going to take, bear with me 2 seconds. Oh, that's not something you want to see. Yeah, you didn't need to see that. Sorry. So that's how I roll. So this morning, what have I got on today? This is what I do in the morning. Check out what I've got coming up. So I had a couple of comments that I hadn't responded to on YouTube. So I thought I'd do that. The other thing I've been doing lately, actually, is I do the YouTube content, which I've kind of slipped a little bit because work, to be honest with you. It's been really, really busy. The podcast stuff, James and I obviously are still doing, and that's good because it means I get to chat to a mate, right? And there's not much planning in that. I hope that comes across because we're not supposed to be that formal. But the other thing I've been doing is trying to get more involved with the whole next gen thing, and trying to see where or if there's anywhere that I can help people out in that area, because there's a lot of people like being trained in next gen or this rise up, which are being trained in ITSM but not necessarily using it, or get that experience on the course in terms of how to challenge requirements, how to think about how that might impact the service desk, or how to put themselves in the persona of the customer. So I've been asking some questions of various really helpful people. I've had many calls around that. And I want to do something in that area, and I'm not sure what. So if you're a next genner and you've joined next genner, Can we go with that? Let's go with that. If you're someone that's from Next Gen and you're on this call now or join these, then shout up, say hi, and fire off some questions if you want to. So I think I might start doing a bit more live streaming just off the cuff, to be honest. So what comments have we got? James and I have got to come up with a topic for our next podcast. So if you've got a good topic, there's not many of you listening. If you've got a good topic, chances are it's going to be in there. But I don't know. Usually it should be my turn. ServiceNerd VA with Bard. I haven't. No. Do you know what? Actually, right. Okay. Let me go on a bit of a rant. Right. I've noticed on LinkedIn, and I put something on Monday, that there's and it started a bit of a movement. I think there's a massive surge at the minute with people copying and pasting ChatGPT content onto LinkedIn, and they're doing it with no editing at all. And it's really starting to wind me up because you got people liking that content and going, "Oh, that's great." And these are people that perhaps don't know any different, and it's the same with the community, right? That you can garbage in, garbage out. So it annoys me. So I kind of said that, look, if you're going to use ChatGPT, I think it's great. Use it to get some ideas, to get some content. But put your own spin on it, read it, digest it, put it in your own words. Even, and sometimes this is what I do, right? Put stuff in my own words, and I'm not great at English. I don't really care that I'm not great at English. But I'll put my own thoughts together, and then I'll put that in ChatGPT and just say, tweak that for me, correct the grammar, perhaps. And I'm very conscious to inject my personality into things, so I think that's the whole point of social media. So anyway, I went on a bit of a rant on LinkedIn and said, look, you're going to copy and paste ChatGPT, at least put your own personality in it and understand what you're putting before you put it down. And it started a fair few people commenting or creating their own posts saying, there was one this morning I saw, it was quite funny. It was like, it was something to the effect of, habitual copy and paste from ChatGPT will create unfollowers. Have a great day. And it started people saying they see the same things on the community. Now, in fairness, I don't really on the community as much as I should. As much as I can see that. As much as I should. But coming back to the point, have I tried ServiceNow VA with Bard? No, I haven't. The point I was going to make is I use ChatGPT because it's a bit more human based. What does that mean? Sounds a bit better. Bard I find very structured. It's very good at bringing structure. I mean, I asked it for a business plan for something, a business case for something that I've got on the sideline, and it came out with a very structured, comprehensive, and I think it gave me better structure than ChatGPT would. So I use ChatGPT for things like LinkedIn posts to correct grammar, change up some phrases, maybe Bard a bit more formal stuff. Yes, you can. If you go onto my website or link, just drop me a message on LinkedIn. Or on my website, it's on the YouTube, service-nerd.com. So, what have we got? Let's see what YouTube has got to say today. Oh, I've only got 10 minutes left. I have a question to ask. I've created a flow to get the input from a catalog item to add to in the post API REST action. How can I retrieve the desired response stored in the output variable of REST to add its value to another variable in the same catalog? Yeah. Let's have a look. I have a question. I have a flow, created a flow to get the input from a catalog item to add into the post API. Right? How can I retrieve the desired response stored in the output variable of REST? Okay, well, add its value to another variable in the catalog item. Okay. So this. Right. So I think what they're saying is they've got a flow. The catalog item's been created. There's a REST action gets triggered. Something happens. They get an output, and they want that output to go in the variable that's on the item that's already been created. So this assumes the written has already been created. if this is the case, then I guess you would need to create a custom action to set variable. So you would use the output, the desired output from the rest as input to the new action, and create a new custom script action with scripting. The script to current dot variables dot x equals y. Everyone. There you go. I think that's it. I hope that helps. Morning. Morning, Michael. Ah, Michael. Is that Michael? Is that Teams Michael? Is it Teams Michael? Is it? I don't know. If it is, you've just missed the chat. We were just chatting about that scenario. Is it? Is it? Is it? I hope it is. Well, part of me hopes it is, but the other part doesn't, because I've got to go in a minute. I don't know. We'll go with it. Anyway, let's assume it is Michael with your Teams issue from, I think, Australia. If it is, I hope you really get it sorted. I'm digging about as much as I can, and it seems like an interesting one. ServiceNerd has limited features and was trying to auto-complete suggestions feature virtual agent. You know what? I tend to do, I think the dog's there. Oh, we're safe. I tend to do like videos and content based on stuff that I'm doing at work. I've got to be honest, virtual agent isn't something I've done for a long time. I'm tending to do more like, I don't know, back-endy projects at the minute. So event, alert, integrations, data streams, that kind of stuff I'm doing at the minute. You may see a data stream video coming out soon. Anyway, back to the point. What else were we doing? Yes, if you have just joined, well, probably I'm just talking to you, Michael. I've got to come up with a good topic for next week's podcast for James and I. So if you've got anything that we could talk about, it can't be too nerdy. I like nerdy, but if it's too nerdy, it means I've got to do some research and spend some time on it. So if it's something that we can just debate and argue about, those are the best ones. Right, let me have a look at more videos. If you're, I did say before, if your autocomplete suggestions feature in, no, I haven't, I'm afraid. Can't help you. Feature virtual agents help you out. Well, I suppose, what does that mean? Have you tried autocomplete suggestions? Autocomplete suggestions are found in the contextual search in the catalog items. I'm guessing it's the same thing, is it? Yeah, virtual agent isn't something I've played with for a long time. Anyway, if you've got if you're part of the next gen cohort and got any questions or anything, and you're on this, just shout out. If you're not listening to this live, then don't bother, because probably won't read the comments. Right. If I want to send an email notification from the system with buttons that have the approve and reject, how does that work? The way it is shown, it does create my approval, but there's no email sent to approve. I would like to send an email to the approval with the option of approved via email. That's kind of a standard question. This is a question I'm reading out that I get on YouTube, right? This is a comment someone's put on. So if I want to send an email notification from the system with buttons that have an approve and reject, how does that work? To be honest, oh, come on, let's reply. So, right, okay, so there are, oh, here we go. We have to go to ServiceNow community. There's loads of community posts on this. This is an old question, right? We've all done emails with approvals from ServiceNow. Surely we have. And the other thing is, as a consultant, so I work for a partner, as a consultant, you shouldn't really promote the fact that you can approve and reject via email, because ServiceNow get a bit grumpy around licensing, right? They want to push the whole approval license. Of course they do. So why would they allow you to approve and reject via email? I'm not saying anything else. So I will just point this person to a ServiceNerd community post. If I can find a community post. I don't tend to. So I don't tend to. You know what? I don't tend to go to the community and then search. I tend to just Google and then a community page comes up. So if I just put in ServiceNow approval via email, there we go. Right. I'll just send this person. Right, please. What's that one? That one's quite a long one. Do I want to do that? Oh no, that's something. Here we go. Right, here we go. Right, this will do. There we go. Done. Right, let me have a read. If you and James want to do something ITOM related, feel free to pull me in as a guest. Ooh. Ooh. Yes, we will. So I'm doing ITOM stuff at the minute. I think I just said event alert. And the interesting, so we've got a bit of a conundrum that we're challenged with around where you've got devices next to each other but aren't necessarily related in terms of the service itself, right? So they haven't got a relationship with each other, but they're next to each other. A bit of a bizarre scenario that we've come up with a temporary solution for it, but it's not the right solution. But that would be a good one to debate, to be honest. So yes, Michael, I might take you up on that, to be honest with you, because we've done like 16 episodes of the podcast at the minute, and we decided what James and I did is we said we're going to do series of podcasts, right? So we've done series 1, 16 episodes, and we chose to do that because it means when we got to a natural break point, we could end the series and then start series 2. And that means that we could say, well, we'll have the summer off, right? So if we didn't put a series in it, the fear was, this was our logic anyway, the fear was that if we didn't have any series, it was just podcasts, people would get to the point where they think, well, it's regular, it's every week or every 2 weeks. And then when we decided we wanted to go on holiday, people would lose interest because we're not doing what we said, right? I hope that makes sense. So, so we decided. Oh, wonder what's an error. Sorry, YouTube's just told me there's an error. I hope it's all right. I've got massive bandwidth. Anyway, we decided to do it in series, so we could say, well, that's the end of series 1. Let's have a month off and go on holiday for summer or something, and then we'll come back with series 2. The point being, series 2 is going to be a lot more about getting people in for discussions. We've already got a couple lined up, which are going to be brilliant, to be honest. So actually, Michael, yes, you're probably going to be on the hit list in the nicest possible way. If anyone's still listening, I've got an error on my YouTube thing. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth screening. Don't care. I'm going to carry on. What are the other ones? What's your upcoming plans for the videos, and what all topics will you be covering next? Any less? Need more learning about? I'll be honest. Web series. Appreciate you chatting to me. I've got no plans. I don't tend to make plans. You know what it is? It's work is so busy, and it's when I get time or I think I'm going to have time to put a video together, that's when I start thinking. Justin Meadows, you must have seen his content. He boshes content out every single day, right? He's a guy out in North Carolina. He's so planned. He has a schedule of what he's doing every day, and he's like 3 weeks in advance of himself. He's so good. I'm just not that. I'm just not that planning ahead. So have I got any plans? No. It'll be probably something around data streams, REST, integration type stuff, because that's what I'm working at the minute. So usually what happens is I'll work with something. I'm a lead developer / architect at the minute in this project. So when I come across something that perhaps I need to talk to the team about, or new feature that many people might not have known about. That's when I'll spot it and go, oh, that'll make a good video, and I'll probably do that later. So that's how it works. Just give me a check, someone. Is this still working? Because it keeps erroring at me, and we'll just see. If it's not, I've just been talking to myself for the last 5 minutes. Anyway, it is 1 minute past 9, which means I'm going to have to engage and start the morning of calls. Yes, cheers, Michael. Thanks. Yeah, it's a weird error. I don't know what it's doing. Which is bizarre because I changed my internet last month, right? So I've got 190 download and 190 going up. So I've got, for me, really fast. I went from 30. So it should be all right. New laptop, I think. Anyway, it's 9 o'clock. I've got to start the round of meetings, as I'm sure everyone else, if you're in the UK, have got to do as well with your stand-ups and various discussions and, I don't know, the endless meetings that go on. But I appreciate anyone sticking around, having a chat with me. And I'm going to do more of these, just log on about 8:30 when the kids have gone to school and it's nice and quiet, and I can just set up for the day, have a coffee and just chat rubbish. Please don't expect much from these calls. I'm just going to literally talk and waffle absolute nonsense. But if you've got interesting stuff you want to talk about, then join in. Anyway, have a good day, people. Thanks a lot.